Alright, so I'm editing the current video for my wedding recap, and I had actually filmed, so I filmed my 5 lessons I learned from marriage and then my wedding recap in the same video, but then it ended up being way too long, and so I decided to split them into 2 videos. So this is my intro for that second video about the wedding day recap and everything, and I really hope that y'all enjoy it. I had a lot of fun filming it. I go off on a little bit of tangents here and there because of course I have so much to talk about when it comes to my wedding. And it's still kind of fresh, even if it's a year ago, but I hope you enjoy it, and that's why I'm wearing the exact same thing, and it kind of has a weird cut intro. So yes, enjoy. So those are the 5 lessons that I've learned over my first year of marriage. We're gonna go ahead and move on to a little bit of a lighter topic, a little more fun, is just recapping my wedding day, and it was perfect and beautiful, of course. I was so blessed. I look at weddings as a chance to celebrate, have a feast. I did it on a budget, but I didn't want it to look like it was on a budget. I didn't want my guests to feel like they were at a budget wedding. I wanted them to feel like they were getting to feast and celebrate in an abundant way, because abundance is from God, and so I wanted that for my guests, and I think I was able to capture it pretty well. Here's just 6 basic things to recap that I thought were fun that I wanted to mention. Is the first thing, I did do my own makeup for the wedding, and it basically looked like this, except I had a few individual fake lashes that I put on as well. And other than that, I bought all the makeup products, and I felt I could invest in it because I wasn't paying for a makeup artist. And then when you look at the price, they were pretty much the same for buying all my own makeup versus paying someone else. And I don't really like how other people do my makeup anyways. I like tinted moisturizers and not foundations. I like not heavy eyelashes. So I was gonna hate what the makeup artist did anyways, probably. No offense to makeup artists, y'all do beautiful jobs. It's just not my taste usually. And so I saved money, did it that way, and got to keep pretty much all the products I used and I still use today. So that was really fun. The second thing was actually paying for someone to do my hair. Super, super worth it. I had a vision for what I wanted, and it was based off of, I'll try and throw a picture up, like here maybe. It was a picture of Mia Thermopolis. Is that her name? Oh my gosh. It's from Princess Diaries. It's Anne Hathaway, and she has her hair up in this bun that is super curly, and she has her tiara, and it was for her birthday, and I just fell in love with how her hair looked. I found a YouTube tutorial that kind of mimicked that hairstyle. It was inspired off of it. And so I was gonna do it myself, but then my mom said, no, pay someone else to do it. So I did, and I think it came out pretty well. It doesn't look exactly like it, because again, I don't have that curly of hair naturally anyways, but the hairstylist did a fantastic job, and I wanted my hair up because I wanted to feel kind of regal. I wanted a tiara, and it was the best decision ever. I highly recommend just paying for your hairstylist. It was funny though, I was the only brunette. I did not mean to do that, but all of my bridesmaids were blondes and redheads, believe it or not. So that worked out kind of weird and kind of funny. The third thing is that I am just so grateful, because don't be afraid to do this, brides, but when you are booking things, I planned my whole wedding myself when I was looking at all the different things you have to buy. Don't be afraid to maybe ask for discounts / pray about it a lot, because I was so fortunate in that I had a wedding venue where my husband worked there. We knew the owners really well, and they gave us 50% off, which is a huge discount, put it in our budget for the most beautiful wedding venue. And so that was 50% off. Then the caterers, because Michael Dean worked at this wedding venue, also gave us a deal. I don't remember how much off, but it was a really good deal. Then our wedding videographers, the real trick you're gonna notice is that just get your husband to work at a bunch of wedding places, because my husband worked at a wedding videography company as a videographer editor, and so the company filmed our wedding for free, and he edited our wedding for free, and so that was nice. Michael Dean played a great role in all of that. And then I remember we got a bunch of beer, like a bunch of different beer cans from Coors, because Michael Dean's family knew the previous CEO of the company, and they were very generous and gifted us a bunch of beer. So we had an open bar of beer, and then I had a wine list that I created. Oh, I need to get that. I'm gonna have to pause in a second to show you my wine list. But I created our wine list, and then it was open bar for those things, wine and beer. I figured, like, it's not traditional, like with liqueurs and stuff or mixed drinks, but it was my kind of open bar. And for being a Christian wedding, it is still the only Christian wedding I've been to that has had an open bar. Like, no one had to pay for that. So I highly recommend. I think it made the night fantastic, and people seem to really enjoy it. So that was my other favorite part. Fourth thing that was awesome. Oh, I did do my own flowers as well. That also saved money since I had done floral design for a year, or really 2 years. And so I knew kind of what I was doing. I had ordered from wholesalers before, and doing my own flowers was awesome. Romantic. I thought they turned out good. Don't diss baby's breath. It dries beautifully, and it's very inexpensive. I love it. A lot of my floral design friends don't, but I liked it. And so the fourth thing was, I hopefully you won't have to do this, but I unfortunately sliced my pinky open on the day getting ready on a razor in my bag. And well, first thing, don't leave an open razor in a bag. I don't know how that happened, but bring Band-Aids with you, because I was in the room getting ready with all the ladies and all the moms, and I cut myself, and everyone was like, we don't have a Band-Aid. Where are the Band-Aids? Like, does anyone have a first aid kit? And we could not find one for some reason, but then we were so blessed, and one of the groomsmen, Ben, he was awesome, had this perfect tiny little Band-Aid that was skin colored to go over my pinky so that I wouldn't bleed all over my dress and have a nasty cut open all the rest of the day. So he had a Band-Aid, but bring little Band-Aids, big Band-Aids, but bring them just in case. I don't know, it didn't cross our mind to bring one, so bring some. And then the last thing is, use Costco. If you have a Costco near you, they have awesome plates, awesome silverware, and awesome wedding rings. Like, I got my husband's wedding band for such a good deal, solid gold, perfect fit, super comfortable, he loves it. And then I also got my cheesecakes from Costco. So I had cheesecakes for me. My husband had a Star Wars Millennium Falcon red velvet cake and little Wookiee cupcakes that are super cute. And I'm gonna try and throw some pictures, and I'll link our wedding video to the video. Maybe I can put it in the card or something, but I'll have it all below, and I'll try and slice some pictures up maybe as I'm talking about it. I guess I'm kind of in the center, but I'll try and show some pictures now. And so the cheesecakes were just Costco cheesecakes, delicious, my favorite cheesecakes in the world still. And then I just decorated them with beautiful flowers. And then my dad made these awesome wooden like tree stump stands, and he carved our little initials into it in a heart. And so it was like a raw edge, and they were beautiful, and we had 3 of those, and I personally loved it, and it was a great deal. Costco, do not diss Costco for wedding stuff. Oh, and then last thing, I also got the wine from Costco. They had an awesome wine selection, and so I made a little list based on the little bottles that I got from Costco, and I put the wine menu on each table, and it was really fun. People quite enjoyed my wine descriptions, and they knew me as Smalley Gay, so I had to have wine at my wedding. It was inevitable, and it was really fun. It was my favorite thing. I'm gonna go run and grab the wine menus real quick, but I will just say it's kind of fun reminiscing. So many other things went really well. My brother made my own Walk Down the Aisle song, which is like incredible. I'm so blessed and fortunate that I have a brother that talented that he could compose, and then in his FL Studio program put together from scratch a custom Walk Down the Aisle song for me that it was exactly what I wanted. I remember describing to him what I wanted as like grand, princess-like, royal entrance with like fairy tale vibes, and from that he somehow gathered exactly what I wanted, and it was perfect. I had a custom song, and then when we kissed and went back down the aisle, like after we got married, our walkout song, we didn't tell anyone what we were doing except the DJ, and it was so fun because we ended up doing, because my husband's a huge Star Wars nerd, song, I'll have to look it up, but it's the song that like Chewie and Luke and Han are walking to Leia to get their medals for. There's a name for it, but we walked back down the aisle to that song as we were announced as the new Mr. and Mrs. Michael Dean Marbach. We exited that grand entrance. People loved it. People clapped. They laughed. They understood that that was our ultimate exit song. And then we had a super fun first dance. We didn't do a choreographed one, but I did teach Michael Dean how to waltz because he knew that I was on the ballroom dance team. And so we did a waltz to a fun song that pretty much describes their love story perfectly. And maybe I'll make a video about our love story later, just kind of telling it. Maybe I'll get him to help so we can tell each other's sides, because it's kind of legendary in my opinion, kind of a Cinderella story in real life, not even joking. I feel incredibly blessed because literally Cinderella is my favorite movie ever. Well, the 2015 one, favorite movie ever. So I'm going on a little bit of a tangent right now, a little rambly, but let me go get the wine menu. I'll go over that, and then I will see if maybe I can get the kittens in the video. I also forgot another thing you definitely need to do at your wedding, highly recommend, is the pay for the bride and groom, like pay to dance with the bride and groom. We made like $800 just with that. People were so generous to dance with us, and so that was a really good idea too. I almost forgot about that, but that was super fun. And then after the wedding, I made a big, huge, what's it called? Photo album, scrapbook kind of our wedding day. I'll show a picture right now. Let me see if I can find something. It's very basic, but I put them on like pretty backgrounds. Oh, you can see our kitten maybe. But I put them on pretty backgrounds and pretty paper. Just kind of by sections. I don't really look back at these that often. I usually end up just looking at what's it called? My wedding video. But here's more. I think they're so cute. I'll try and throw these pictures up on the screen. Let me move over a little bit. You might be able to hear the other baby kitten. But within all of this and our beautiful pictures, I have our wedding menu, our wine menu, where I put it on little sheets of paper, and then we found these borders that I cut and glued to a bunch of them. And so I had white wines on one side, red wines on the other, as well as rosé. And so just like to read some of the descriptions, I put phonetic pronunciations next to the wine varieties because that's my research. So of course at my own wedding, I had to put the wine varieties pronunciations next to them if I needed to. Like there was this fancy French one called Pique-Nique. So I spelled it out like P-E-E-K, N-E-E-K for Pique-Nique. And I wrote like, this Sauvignon Blanc is perfect for those who love the smell of fresh cut grass on a summer's day. Notes of melon and lime make this a down-to-earth sort of wine. Oh my gosh, it was so cheesy. But I thought it was funny in the moment. It is kind of funny, I think, maybe. Another one I wrote was El Campeón, a Spanish Macabeo. In parentheses I put, and it said, this is a wine variety that is a true gem I found in my travels through Spain. It is heavy on the floral notes, but some hints of almond and apple really balance it out. I recommend giving this one a try, as I predict it will become an increasingly popular wine. Yes, I think Spanish wines are going to become popular. At the bottom I wrote, please order whichever wine your heart desires. To order, you can simply point to the bottle you like, order it by the number on the wine menu, or by the name of the wine. I also put wine numbers in case someone was afraid to say them. Also, I'm constantly thinking about my research, as you can tell, even in my wedding planning. So that's fun. Another one I said is for like the Flores de Verão, a Portuguese white wine. This wine reminds me of the beach. There are apple and pear notes. Dry and very light, this wine is an easy drinking wine that should quench your thirst and pairs well with any food. So, fun stuff. There was one dessert wine, a sweet red, and it paired well with the cheesecake, of course. I enjoyed making this wine menu way too much. I really like how I formatted it with the fonts and stuff. I had done lots of font searching Also during the whole wedding, because I could go into so many details about what I did. I also made our envelopes custom because, you know, you can get fancy addressed envelopes from Etsy. I decided to get a fancy personally addressed envelope, but like do it myself with fancy cursive. So, sorry, I thought I heard something scratching at the door. Anyways, I could go on and on and on about like all of the wedding stuff I did, and it's fun reminiscing. And then this was, of course, a gift. I asked for this on our registry. It's on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. I am not really sure where the camera cut out last because I just played it back. It cut some stuff off. We shall see, but I'm gonna try and finish this video up real quick. I loved planning my wedding, and I hope that I can bless some of y'all with what I had to say. Plenty of things that I could go over more. Ask questions if you want. I can show you our first older kitty real quick, and then I'll show you our baby kitten. And so the older one is Spice, the younger one is Bean. And I didn't think I was going to be a cat person, but turns out I do love cats, and I'm not allergic, so that's great. I'm going to get her real quick, and then I'll wrap this up. So Spice was a lot smaller when I got her, but she's grown a lot. She's a bigger kitty now. But she likes cuddling. She's pretty nice. She's just bigger. A bigger cat, aren't you? But she's very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, you're pretty chill. You're always purring too. So I like you. You can be off. Now to get our baby kitten, the youngest one. This is Bean. Isn't she so cute and little? She fits in my little palm of my hand still. I love her. Ain't no biting. And she's so sweet. So, Bean, meet the world. Yes, you are precious and everyone loves you. So, those are our two kitties, and this is how we're growing, and yes, ow, no biting. What did we say about biting? Yes, we will talk in a later video, and they'll probably be in it more. So, we will see you in the next video. Bye now.